Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about veganism and how far veganism has, come in the past few years. Now, if you don't know what veganism is, essentially, veganism is they do not like anything from an animal. If you didn't know what veganism was, then I don't know what's going on in your life. Anyway, so vegans, they like to eat non plant based. I think it's like a plant based diet. A lot of it, and what is it? Corn, soya. I think is it soya, something like that. They like to eat a lot of things that are, say, not made or have anything to do with animals. And I personally have nothing against this. If you don't want to eat animals, you are well in your right not to eat animals. No one is forcing you to eat animals. Of course, vegans think, you know, people being forced to eat animals. The reason why people say eat meat, and it's coming like this. The reason why people eat meat is because meat is a diet people like. It's something people like. They don't care what you have to say. And at the end of the day, a real vegan is someone who accepts other people for whatever they eat. You know, they don't go up to someone and say, "Oh, you're eating this," get out of here, and stuff like that. And I've had plenty of times I've had, say, vegans and people like that come up to me and say, "Oh, you do know that animals died for that," and I'm thinking, oh no shit. How else would I have obtained that meat? How else would I have put it in a burger or something like that? Of course you have to kill an animal. And we are at the top of the food chain. There's very little that is keeping the population down. Yes, there are animals that can kill us and also eat us, but you wouldn't really put them at the top of the food chain, because it's not like they're killing us to try and make us extinct. We are far from going extinct at the moment anyway. Future things might change. So we are at the top of the food chain, and that's what life is. Meat has been eaten for millions of years, maybe thousands of years. Who knows how long? Now, before we were around, dinosaur days, stuff like that, meat would have been eaten by dinosaurs. And what are you gonna say? Dinosaurs are vegan? I mean, shit. There was definitely vegetarian dinosaurs. Now, vegans need to understand this. The meat market and the fish market is big. It's very big, because a lot of people like meat. I mean, don't be wrong. Fucking meat's beautiful. Fish is beautiful. It's all great stuff. And I don't get why you are so annoyed at people doing or eating stuff like this. Now, fair enough. I think what you're preaching against is perfect. I think 100% you are within your right to have your own opinion like this. And some vegans don't like other vegans because of this. And most notably, if you know someone called the vegan teacher, then there you go. And that's one way to put veganism on a bad name. Veganism has had a bad name because of her, and there are many other vegans that have followed her footsteps and gone up to businesses and stuff like that. Gone up to meat businesses, butchers, McDonald's, Burger King, any like supermarket, restaurant, fast food. They've gone up to and started to turn on the cameras, filmed it for TikTok, filmed it for YouTube, filmed every little angle they've put on online on stuff like that. And they dress in butcher suits with fake blood on, and they start protesting inside of a store. Now, why do I think this is wrong? Well, number one, it's a business, for fuck's sake. I don't get why you're going up to businesses and ruining their reputation. Why? Why do that? You wouldn't like it if, say, you started your business and someone came up to your business and started doing this and doing this, saying, "Oh, you're a scammer. You do this, you do that." You wouldn't like it, would you? So personally, in a respectable moment, what I think you should do is leave the fucking people alone. Leave the butcher alone. That's their livelihood. That's their business. If you take that away from them, they're going to be on the street. That's how they get their money. They love their job. Yes, killing animals has been a very sore topic for many years, but killing animals has been around for years. People have been killing animals for absolutely years. Meat has been eaten for fucking years. Years and years. People have eaten meat, chicken, pork, this, that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you like meat, eat meat. If you think, or if there are anybody out there who's forcing you to eat anything other like a plant-based diet, well, you should say one thing to them is fuck off, because forcing somebody to eat a diet like that is bad. Now, there are obviously health effects to become vegan. You're not as strong, because obviously you're not getting as much protein as you would, say, with meat. Now, I know there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, but meat causes cancer." Well, I have some sad news for you. Everything causes cancer. Yes, probably walking causes cancer. Breathing causes cancer. Yeah, anything could cause cancer. Eating meat is going to cause cancer. There's no proof behind that as well. It's so bad because they're ruining the market. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, but I'm 3D print a steak." Now, which would you rather eat? Something that is full of shit, not healthy, or a nice steak which has got protein? You know, it's got stuff in it, and it tastes nice. Yes, fuck. I like meat. I'm a big chicken. I like chicken. That's my favourite meat. Fish is my second. You know, I love meat, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that. If you're not a vegan, you're allowed to eat meat. You just eat what you want these days. Being forced by a vegan to eat something like that it makes me laugh, because I know vegans definitely eat meat because they're preaching for, you know, veganism and stuff like that, and so is this PETA, whatever it's called, essentially like an animal activist organization or some shit like that, animal rights organization. I don't know what it is. Essentially, it's like, yeah, what I just said. Now they continue to say don't kill animals. When I'm not. I could be wrong about this, but I think they've killed a lot of animals in their time. Now let's be fucking honest. There's a lot of people who say they've just become vegan now, and they're telling meat eaters to stop. You are a fucking hypocrite if you are saying that. You've eaten meat for your fucking life. You've eaten meat for so how many other years of your life, and you're going round forcing people to eat fucking plant-based diets. Get the fuck out of here. How are you doing that? There are a lot of vegans out there that they respect you. You know, they're like, all right, fair enough. You eat meat. There's, you know, that's fair enough. As long as you know what the consequences are that animal has to go through for you to get that meat, fair enough. And yes, I'm with vegans halfly. I think the way animals are killed is sad. You know, 100% it's sad. It is a very sad thing. However, that's a lifestyle people have been brought up with. And you can't change that. Trust me, it is very hard to stay away from meat like that, and anything that is not come from an animal, because a lot of it is cheese. You'll never be able to touch cheese again. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, then I don't think you can touch milk or cheese. So you're not really vegan, but still. Now, these vegan diets I've seen, like they look very bland and stuff like that. Very plain and bland. Very boring, to say the least. Now that's just my opinion. You might have something entirely different. You might think, oh no, they're actually pretty nice. And I'm not saying they're not nice. I'm just saying they look very bland. If you would say to advertise them to someone or wanted to really get someone to eat that, then yes. And yes, being a vegan, if it say outright, in a few years, meat will be definitely down. Meat won't be as like it is today, probably, because obviously vegans will have rose up, and meat eaters will be pretty rare to find. Now, the diet of a vegan is very bland, as you know. The diet of somebody, say, who eats meat or eats anything that comes from an animal is variated. Cheese, milk, all sorts of stuff like that. I don't think you can make a cake without... Can you make a cake? I think you can make a cake without eggs. But there are people who don't like eggs as well. Now, eggs are... Well, it's obvious what eggs are. The fucking... Yeah. Now, eggs, they're nice. Don't be wrong. I know a lot of people are going to talk shit and say, oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. But you eat eggs on a morning. Now, eggs... what vegans make out anyway is saying that eggs are forcing chickens and stuff to lay eggs. Now, obviously, they're not going to kill a fucking chick, are they? Just because it's laid. A lot of them are ones that haven't gone through. Now, the way animals are treated, that's what I'm going to. Now, the way animals are treated in sorts of farms and stuff, some farms they aren't treated very well. And I really wish TV would stop doing this, because what essentially happens is they say one farm is treating them bad. People automatically think every farm treats animals bad. Well, you'd be very, very fucking wrong if you thought so. A lot of farms treat their animals very, 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 very good. They make sure they're okay. They feed them, stuff like that. They make sure they get a nice lifestyle. But you ruining the reputation of farming and stuff like that by saying, oh, vegans this, vegans that, vegans rule, is stupid. And there are chances that vegans actually can break... Well, there was a little thing that came out quite a while ago. I can't remember exactly what blog it was or whatever. But there was a little thing came out that said vegans are more likely to break their bones as opposed to somebody, say, who has a healthy diet with meat and stuff. Now, I'm not saying a constant diet with meat. Obviously, eat some greens with it as well. Eat some, cucumber. Eat anything like a plant-based as well. But our bodies, I don't think, are designed to just directly eat plant-based meat. Our bodies are made as well for other things other than meat. And I wish people would understand that. Our bodies shouldn't be forced to eat meat. That's just how our bodies have been developed over the years. We're not there just to eat plants. And we're not there just to eat meat. We have a mixture. If your diet's a mixture, you eat sweets and chocolate as well, that's good. Have a mixture of a diet. Don't just do what... And half these bodybuilders as well, which I know a lot of them are not vegan. Vegetarians. Now, vegetarians, I think, still have milk, still have cheese. They'll still have animal products, but they won't have any sort of meat from that particular animal. Well, from any animal. And I know Muslims are very big on not having pork. I might be butchering this, but I think it's because they find that pork is a very dirty animal, which pigs are a very dirty animal, even not pork. No, yes, rightfully so. They are quite a dirty animal, and that. However, a lot of animals are dirty. Yeah. I mean, I think they are. They lay in muck, but apparently they're supposed to be very, extremely clean, for how they live and the lifestyle they live. Which I'm I'm not too sure if that's true or not. I, I have no clue. But yeah, that's what I honestly think about vegans, and that's what a lot of people as well I've heard going about vegans. They bicker too much. They go up to you and say, "Oh, that animals had to die for this food and stuff," and it's like, I know that, but now you keep saying it, I'm gonna have to walk away right now because can you just leave me alone? And I've had a vegans come up to me before and say that sort of stuff, and I've just said to them, I've said, and I care because I'm eating meat. Leave me the fuck alone. Do you see me going up to you and saying, "Oh, that plant's had to die for that"? No, 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 you don't see me doing that. Just get on with your life and shut the fuck up. Respect people's beliefs, okay? Move the fuck on, shut the fuck up, okay? And another thing, a lot of people seem to say, "Oh, but plants can't feel pain." Neither can animals if you kill them straight. Neither can animals. You see, the way they kill them, yes, I understand that it's bad, like I said. However, you can make a animal have a painless death. With plants, there you go. Plants are still a living thing. I don't care what you say, they are still very much living. Trees, they provide us oxygen. A lot of plants as well provide us oxygen. And the matter of fact is, you say, "Oh, but eating plants, eating this, eating that, eating this," they're growing. Sorry? Watermelons, they're a living thing. They're growing. Yes, it sounds stupid, but everything's living in that sort of sense. Obviously not objects like plastic and stuff like that. Well, I guess it's living in some sort of ways, but not as, we'd think anyway. But no, a lot of plants are living things. No, they don't have legs. They're not going to start moving. They're not going to do like we are. But they are living things still. So if we're applying that logic, then technically we'd be able to eat no milk. Nothing. Absolutely nothing on this world. Because a lot of the diet, a lot of the things we get our things from are plants. And that's why it's called a plant-based diet, vegans. That's what they call it anyway, a lot of the time. And do I have a problem with vegans? No. I just have a problem with the fact they don't shut the fuck up. They're trying to ruin businesses' reputations. And yeah, so on and so on. If you are a vegan and you don't do this, I very much respect you. I get what you're preaching for. However, accept people's opinions, accept people's rights, accept people's way of living, for fuck's sake. Thank you, and goodbye.